just everyday living, just taking care of the kids and doing normal routine, schools and all that, and doctors and all that kind of stuff. We were sideswiped, and so we were trying to get someone that would help fight for us to, take care of the doctor bills and my vehicle issues and deal with the other insurance companies. None of the insurance people that were involved were really looking out for our best interests, so we wanted someone that would fight for us to help the process go smoothly, and someone that understood how the process normally works versus people like us that have no idea what we're doing or, what we're supposed to ask or where we're supposed to send certain bills and this and that. So we just wanted to basically level the playing field. So I felt that we had the same rules and rights, if not a better advantage over the insurance companies, because both sides were out to do as minimal payments as possible. And we kind of would have been in a world of hurt without Bernstein Poisson and Amber. We started looking around through Google and this and that, and we had called other attorneys, but we felt like when talking to them, we kind of felt like we were being put on the back burner because our case wasn't worth X amount of dollars to them, which was the total opposite with Bernstein and Poisson and Amber. Is to us, it didn't seem like it mattered if we were coming out $1 ahead or extra ahead. They were still willing to put in the same amount of effort on our case, regardless of the financial outcome for everybody. They were there and willing to put in the man hours to put their best foot forward and continue to fight for us and help us make it right. The way they could relate to our situation, for some of them having children and understanding that our child was in a traumatic situation, as other parents, made them more relatable. And then, like I said, when we had issues, they put themselves in our shoes. We had an issue with the auto body repair shop that was supposed to fix my car to the point where the owner threatened me. And I called Amber and said, "What do I do?" And she was, like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you're dealing with this, just, make sure you're safe and leave." And it just seemed like they cared more than most people would have. So they were willing to, help us make sure that we were safe. But also, like I said, they really took the time out of their days where they would schedule calls just to check on us and make sure that we were feeling okay and how was treatment working. Just making normal conversation with us to check in with us periodically along the process so that we didn't feel like we were confused and lost. Most other law firms would say, "We'll deal with this and we'll call you when we need you to sign paper." In this instance, they said, "This is your call. We're just here to support you and help you when things get crazy and you don't understand questions or you don't understand what you're supposed to do. That's when we kick in to help you." Not only the outcome of the case, but also, like I said, I can just reiterate, the many times that I called with questions, which I know was a lot because I'd never been in a situation like this. I would have gotten annoyed with me and they never did. They kept reiterating, even if it was the same question, rephrased a different way, they still were able to explain it to me to a way that I was satisfied with the explanation I was getting. The other thing I was really impressed with is a lot of other people would, if they don't know the answer, they would just say something. And they actually told me, like, "Honestly, I don't know. Let me check and we'll figure this out together." So it made me feel like I was part of the process along the whole journey of this situation. And so I was really impressed with that it didn't, take weeks or whatever to get a call back. They actually, most of the time, called me back that day, if not the next. Because they're fair, they're understanding, and they're out to help the client versus themselves. And that really impressed me. And like I said, just the personal touches they put on the case, where I didn't feel like I was just a case or a client. I felt like they genuinely cared. We received calls periodically from Amber as well as her assistant, basic, just normal conversations with how you doing, how you feeling. It felt good to have genuine people on our side. The communication was very smooth and very easy, and everybody at that office was very easy to work with. And it wasn't something like, how when people hear about lawyers and attorneys and they kind of dread it. To me, it was quite the opposite. It was pleasant to finally feel like I had a team behind me that was working with me and instead of just for me, if that makes sense. It was a real great experience with the team that we had. Amber, I can't praise her enough, or her assistants. They all kept us in the loop. They were all very on top of whatever we needed. Like I said, it just felt good to have somebody that was right there with you, dealing with the same stuff. And especially, this all kind of happened during COVID. Everybody was distancing and masking, and no matter what the issues were, they were still right there to help me secure whatever issues I had and to help me through whatever was coming up with me. Not once did anybody, shy away from this, and we were able to successfully complete what we needed to. And so I was really grateful that, instead of COVID becoming an issue, they kind of looked past it and were like, no, we set it in here to do a job, and we're going to see it from beginning to end. And though this might delay other people, this will not delay the processes that we do in order to ensure that this matter's taken care of. So I was really, really thankful for that.